Okay, thank you, sir. Yes, please. See, broadly what we are seeing is opportunity in electronics or India today is definitely there. Everybody can see it every day. The demands are there, requirements are there, our population is there. Unfortunately, we still hanging around with a huge import bill, and it continuously worries the government. Fortunately, I will say out of all the other ministries I know, electronics we are a bit lucky. Our government people, way back in 13, 14 or 12, 13, thought of electronic policy very rightly. In fact, they have made the plan so ambitious. If we just meet it, we'll be more than satisfied. Whether we'll meet it or not meet it, we don't know. Because we got to do something to meet those objectives. The objectives what they have put is to achieve a turnover of 55 billion in 2020. This is extract out of National Electronic Policy, I'm saying. 55 billion by 2020 will not happen just like that, by thinking. But if a government people are able to have this kind of vision, it is for us to reach there. And the people who are confined to this room or the ISA as a forum I'm looking, all this is possible. That's why we are doing so much of discussions to see how to manage this and manage this. And we see many, many opportunities in skill development. There's a lot of focus on net zero import. We are having a policy called net zero import, and there is a government feeling instead of 2020, it may happen in 2018 as well. Because the speed at which things are getting picked up in MCIP programs and investment opportunities, and today also newspaper I saw very healthy statements about Karnataka. It's happening across the country. We are seeing many people coming. Of last 6 months, I have seen ample people willing to shift their manufacturing base to India. But our comment is they are probably getting into low-end manufacturing and create jobs for where government may be happy, but you and me will be happy, the people in this room will be happy if you create more employable things for BTechs, MTechs, postgraduates and PhDs, and create IPS and create value for us. And I'm with Netra on this mission. And from the government side, on capacity building side, whatever is required, even though my mandate is to do 80% entry-level jobs, I'm with Netra for this, because this is for the future of the country, and I wish big success to Netra, and I feel pride to be part of this activity. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'll be taking up the issue of incubation. In the framework of Netra, incubation is one of the important pillar that can support the whole initiative. First of all, when you are thinking of Netra, I would request all the people involved in evolving this organization, please look beyond metros. Okay, if this has to really impact, because it's all about impacting Indian industry, Indian economy, Indian social structure, please look beyond also. Okay, so when you are evolving Netra, it should not confine to Bangalore, Delhi, Mumbai. It has to go beyond that and touch the tier 2, tier 3 cities, so that it brings about the kind of change that is required out there. Now, when you are really looking to reach out beyond these metros or technology hubs, the most important probably element of that reaching out will be how you create incubation centers, or how you create the entrepreneurial ecosystem that is required for the Netra to succeed in such cities. Obviously, it has to be there in the academic institution, because another product design and realization, research, whatever you are talking of, particularly in tier 2 cities, if you want to make that happen, it's good for you to look for good academic institutions which can really become the base of Netra incubators. In our case, because Vivek said that I need to share our own experience. Right now, my campus, which is there in Hubli, a tier 2 city, right now I have 39 companies in the campus. Okay. It all started very accidentally. One day in 2007, Vivek coming and just barging into my chamber and saying to me that he's a person, he has a startup in Bangalore. He want to move out of Bangalore to academic campus. From there it started. From 2007 to 2010, the Sankalp was there in my campus, and it grew to 100 people company. At that point of time, Just the thought process was how I can use this company to grow the VLSI vertical in my electronics department. That's all.